Good morning, Ashley here with Tolton Art. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to talk about influencing and my strategies and what it is that I'm implementing for the rest of this year when it comes to my social media. So let's hop right in. Okay, the first thing that I'm doing for the rest of the year for social media is I'm going to be focusing on content buckets. And what that is, you can break it down into a few things, because let's talk about Instagram specifically. You have stories, reels, and posts, right? So that would be like one level of content bucket, which would be what do you put in stories, what do you put as posts, and what do you put as reels. By posts, I mean still images. And between those three things, I would say like stories are for my personal content. So when I ride, when something funny happens, when I see something cool, when I go out somewhere, whatever it is, it's a way for me to communicate kind of my daily life and build a relationship with you guys. Reels tend to be more of a way to captivate new audiences. So there's definitely an emphasis on hooks and things that draw you in and would hopefully make you want to follow my account. Whereas most of my posts, still images, are for people that already follow me. So I don't really, and the same goes with stories, I don't really need to convince them to follow me because they already do. And in that realm, I tend to put things that I just think are really pretty and classy and just like a quick swipe through that I think my audience would enjoy. So that's one thing I'm implementing. The next thing I'm trying to do is to film one piece of content in two ways. So with every painting that I'm doing, I'm testing two different filming styles, which I won't go into the specifics of what it is that I'm doing, but essentially as I'm going through the painting, there's two different ways that I'm filming the whole process, and I will post both of them eventually and compare and see which one ended up doing better so that I can kind of learn more of what people like to see. And then you're not recycling content because each one is different and presented differently, but then for one painting you get two uses out of it, which is cool. And in that sense, it is a little bit recycled, but it saves us time and creative space, which is great. The next thing that I'm really focusing on when it comes to reels is really trying to be disciplined in the structure of my reels. So make sure there's movement, there's a hook, there's a body, and there's a conclusion. That can manifest in so many different ways. I could make an entire video on just that, but I'm really focusing on incorporating those elements in that order to try to just get the best, most effective reels that I can for you guys so that I'm conveying my message right, I'm drawing you in the best way that I can, and really making you fall in love with my process of painting because I love the process. So if I can get you to feel that way about the artwork too, that's super cool. And the last thing I'm focusing on, which is probably one of the hardest just because it does take so much extra time, is just making sure it's aesthetically pleasing. I do a lot on my iPhone, but I also could really utilize my camera more than I do. And we all, when you see a video or a reel that's made with a DSLR, like it just looks gorgeous and the depth, and it's juicy and it's amazing. And so I'm also thinking about like staging, so making sure that the filming looks really good, but also that the staging looks really professional and clean and very uniform so that I have a look to my artwork that, people know and identify very quickly. Hi, this is future me, because I have implemented everything that I talked about, but I have also done a bit more, and as of recently, it's September 1st right now, the algorithm has changed a little bit again. So I've noticed a trend towards shares, and they're changing how they count views. Actually kind of cool. I'm kind of excited for this, but on top of that, they're also changing the length of videos for certain content creators. And because of all these changes, I am changing my strategy a little bit. For one thing, I'm still gonna try to put more of an emphasis on YouTube videos, filming more here and then cutting bits out of it and using that for social media. I'm curious what that does to my workflow instead of doing Instagram first and then YouTube separately because of their video length. I have seen so much recently that talks about 30-second videos being over 30-second videos being the sweet spot for Instagram now, up to even a minute, 30 seconds, or 3 minutes if you are a good content creator. The 3 minutes I think is only accessible to really good, proven content creators. So the point is that they are kind of promoting this longer form video, which is very interesting and very opposite because we are just coming from the era of like 6-second videos being the sweet spot, and they're actually pushing towards slightly longer ones now. I think the catch is that it does have to be very entertaining. So with that is where YouTube comes in, because I'm already doing long format here. If I do more for YouTube and then, like I said, just pull little snippets out and use that for social media, YouTube social media. So Instagram, what does that actually look like and feel like for my own workflow? I will also be trying to do more of the 30-second to a minute long videos. I'm really curious to see if that helps. As I was saying, with that, it does need to be high quality. It can't just be a boring 30 seconds. It has to be well done. And what I mean by well done is entertaining, educational. It provides something for someone. It's not just like, don't just make it longer for the sake of making it longer. It needs to be high quality content still. Shares and views and replays, like they're counting replays. So again, working into my strategy, how do you structure it where things loop really well, or things are going fast through the screen so people feel like they need to watch multiple times, or creating content that's shareable, which I find quite difficult for art because art is so specific and the type of art you create is so specific to your audience that, like, I don't know, maybe it's my own mental block, but sometimes I have a hard time seeing art as highly shareable content. It's not like you're going on and seeing something hilarious and you send it to your best friend. Like, it doesn't fit that same role. It can if you're a art comedy or like business comedy kind of channel, but if you're actually creating and selling art, it's a little difficult for me to bridge that gap. But I'm trying certain strategies to like increase the possibility of it being shared. Yeah, and lastly, I think because of the longer time frame that I'm trying to reach, doing things like talking to the camera, showing my face more, or high quality voiceovers, anything like that, I'm looking to add in kind of more of myself as a presence, because in 6 seconds that can be, the 6-second videos were a little bit hard to fit that in, but with 30 seconds there's more of a space for me to be able to be on camera and explain something, or again, future me adding a little bit more content to this just to keep it up to date because it changes so rapidly. And that's, as I've already explained, the thing to remember. It always changes, and that's just the name of the game of being on social media and a content creator. Those are the strategies that I am currently implementing and planning on implementing until further notice. So let me know if you like this content, if you're interested. Do you want me to keep you up to date with kind of the Instagram, YouTube realm, or do you not care? Does it not apply to you? Let me know, because then I know if you want to see more videos like this, and as it changes, is it helpful to have me help you? Okay, back to the normal video. So those are my quick tips for my strategy for social media for the rest of the year. I hope that this helped you. Let me know with a like or a subscribe if you found this interesting. That's the only way that I really can tell if you guys like this style content. But as always, thank you so much for joining. I hope you found it helpful, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.